everyone you love them because we could just die instantly in a nuclear fallout vaporization. Sorry, I hope your breakfast is okay. I'm just saying it's a reality. Okay? I feel like this is the time North Korea is going to be like, let's go shoot off some missiles or something. Good morning, 7:09. Yeah, let's head into the KUAM News Zoom room now that I got a nice warm up here. Sefa Munoz, she's a local girl going to school over in the University of Hawaii, no? Sefa, good morning.
Yes, bananas situas.
All right, bananas situas. And so she came on, guys, because I know how much we love the turtles. We don't eat turtles anymore, guys, okay? We don't eat turtles anymore. We're talking about studying the turtles, Sefa. This is an awesome opportunity, and Arlene Steffi actually sent me the graphic about what you're doing, and so you're actually looking for volunteers to help study the cute sea turtles. And we're not just talking about the big ones. Those are cute, right? But when I saw that part of the call out included a description of what the volunteers would be doing, there was something in there about nest excavation, which means to me,
the little tiny baby sea turtles. God, they're so cute.
Right?
Yes, correct.
Right. So there you go. So she's going to tell you how you can, work with turtles. So let's do it.
Yeah, so this is all centered around studying three main goals. And so one of my objectives is to study how many adult males and females we have in our nesting population, learning about the movement of our nesting females around Guam, and then also learning about where these turtles are migrating to after they leave Guam. And so right now we're seeing that they migrate and feed in the coast of Eastern Asia. And so, that's a long list of things to do, right? And so I definitely want students to help out and volunteer their time, and they'll also gain valuable field experience. And, it's something they can add to their resume, their CV, and it'll make them competitive candidates in the field of science and, diversify the workforce.
Wait, can we just go back because you said the turtles? First of all, I didn't know turtles migrate. Like they're migrating all the way from Guam to where?
Yeah, so they like to hang out around the coast of Eastern Asia. So right now we're seeing them around the Philippines and Japan. And we're also going to use this upcoming field season to see if there's more foraging areas. We just don't know. We don't know the whole story yet. Yeah.
Wow. So you're telling me when we go snorkeling and we see a turtle, that turtle could have come all the way from like the PI or something?
Yeah, especially if it's the larger ones, right? And so basically turtles have two homes. They have a nesting area and then they have a feeding area. And so, our nesting turtles are the ones that are born here. So I like to say that those are like, the Tsumodu turtles, right?
Yeah.
Those are the ones, right? Born in the Marianas. So
Right.
Yeah, those are our turtles.
Are you seeing an increase in turtles migrating to the Philippines now that they've opened up the PI for travel?
Right, they have their tests and everything, vaccinated.
Right. I asked the hard question, Sefa.
We're still learning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about how did you get into this project, and is there a lot of data on just like turtle, like I guess just turtles in general on Guam?
Yeah, so like going back all the way to 2014, when I was a student at the University of Guam, a sea turtle biologist came into my class and presented on sea turtles. And I'll be honest, I didn't even know that we had sea turtles in Guam, right? We don't hear too much about them. And so I volunteered and I fell in love with it. And so I'm hoping that this is kind of the same thing for students at the University of Guam and the Guam Community College to join in and help out. And so right now we want to make sure that the research is, we learn more and more about our sea turtles to better be able to protect them.
Right.
Yes.
Can we, before we get to like who you're looking for as far as volunteers, let's just kind of run down like exactly what people who volunteer to help out with this project will be doing.
So they'll start off with morning surveys first. And so you get to see the sunrise, right? It's all nice. You're walking on the beach. And so these students will be trained to independently conduct these surveys. And so they'll basically be looking for, new turtle activity. So that would be like fresh tracks on the beach. They'll have to write that into a data sheet and then input that data. And so on there's certain mornings too, when, if we're expecting a nest to hatch, right? So like you were talking about that photo on the flyer of, baby turtles coming out. So if we're expecting that to happen, then these students will also accompany myself or another sea turtle biologist to help in nest excavations.
What's the time frame for this project?
So this will be from April 18 through August 31
And is
in the summer of 2022.
that like the time when the turtles come and lay the eggs and all that stuff?
Yeah, so that's like the estimate peak of our nesting season. So this is like when all the action is happening for our turtles.
Can you tell us a little bit about the nest excavation? Because that's the part that I saw that looked pretty interesting.
Yeah, so basically, we want to know if a nest is successful or not. And so we'll try to find where the egg chamber is. And the egg chamber is basically, a hole in the sand that the turtle dug up and she laid her eggs in there. And so, the babies come out and those eggshells remain. And so we want to make sure we count each eggshell, and then that will help, with our population studies and also, projecting what will happen in, how many years into the future and, for this population. And also determining too, like, are these nests being predated on by monitor lizards, right? Our halitai or ghost crabs or, our wild pigs, our babui. So, those are also important to note too, because do we have to, instill any mitigation strategies for that?
Is that what happens? Are those the
that's what happens.
Well, I didn't know.
Also too, our typhoons. Yeah, I see. I've had a lot of nests drown out last field season. So there's a lot of threats that they're encountering right now on our beaches.
Wow, that's really interesting. What are you tracking though when you talk about how this project to help you look at the populations and the trends? I mean, when you look at the data over the last few years, like what is happening with our population of sea turtles?
Yeah, so right now you're able to say something a little bit more definitive if you have like a 10-year time frame.
I see.
So far, we've been consistent since 2014. So, we might be due in a few years and we can probably be able to answer that.
I mean,
in a while.
I mean, just a quick look at it. Like, is it declining, or are we okay, or is this is why you're doing this, so you can make those determinations?
Yeah, this is why I'm here, and yeah, it's very timely, and we want to make sure that we study them now before anything bad happens to them. Right? These are our turtles, and they're also culturally significant to us too, right? So that's kind of that other layer as a Tumotu scientist that I want to make sure I'm protecting this resource so that it's still part of our identity as Tumotus. Yes.
Let's talk about who you're looking for. I guess are you looking for college students?
Yes, so this is primarily for undergraduate students from the University of Guam and the Guam Community College. However, I don't want to turn away, interested middle schoolers, high schoolers, as well as graduate students at the Marine Lab. So the students that are below the age of 15 will have to be accompanied by an adult. All students below the age of 18 will have to have their parents or guardians sign a waiver to help join. There's also a chance too that students will have to travel by boat. So yeah, if parents want to keep that in mind too.
Wow.
But I also don't want to worry, the younger students. Like I'm hoping that we can continue this on for many years to come. We need all the help that we can get. So there will definitely be a chance to volunteer in the future.
Sefa, if you could describe for us who you think, what qualities the perfect candidate to volunteer for this project should possess.
Yeah, so we're looking for students who are very excited about learning about our sea turtles. They have to have a certain tenacity to them too, because this will involve, quite a bit of walking through, beach sand, right? And walking through the sand isn't, the easiest. And also,
it only looks easy in the movies.
Yeah, very glamour, right?
Yeah.
And so we also want to make sure that they're reliable and committed, through most of that time frame in the flyer, and that they have reliable transportation.
All right. And your contact, is that up on the flyer? Did you want to give it out here?
Yes. So students can email me at the email on the flyer, and that flyer can be permanently found on the Department of Agriculture, Division of Aquatic and Wildlife Resources Instagram page.
Okay, Sefa. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Appreciate it.
Yes, it was Mossy for having me.
Okay, we'll see you. And holler back if you need anything else, okay?
Adios.
There you go. Sefa Munoz going over at University of Hawaii. That sounds like a great opportunity, guys. The info's up on our Facebook Live feed. Good morning, Facebook Live. Let me say hi to you guys. Elaine Camacho comments in. Buenas and Afide. Good morning, Elaine. Viva Golto. Good morning, Team KUAM. Angel Pete Quintanilla Castro. Good morning, Angel Pete. Who else we got here? Good morning, Liz Agagi out of Eva Beach. F. Glenn Lujan of the Hafideza podcast. We have